and it's going to go all the way to the lake.
Yeah.
The lake's going to be our barrier. Hopefully it doesn't jump the lake.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, that trailer is gone. There wasn't worth getting caught up in that with fire all around us.
Yeah, that's a good call. Did you see as soon as we came out, look down the road to our right now?
Alright, Bobby, if you're at the scale station, go ahead and make your way through. Be mindful for falling.
They didn't expect it to go that way. When I was over there, nothing was affected. This is on here.
We want to get straight to the latest on those devastating wildfires out west. Scenes like this Just unbelievable, showing the devastation in Northern California. Walls of flames surrounding those roads, and now the death toll is rising. At least 8 people killed by those fires. The largest of them, those fires, the Carr Fire, scorching more than 95,000 acres, destroying nearly 900 structures.
It has forced 38,000 people to evacuate. Thousands of firefighters are hitting the front lines, working 24-hour shifts to battle the flames. ABC's Kana Whitworth is there on the scene of the Carr Fire in Redding, California. Good morning, Kana.
George, good morning. And they have been doing those shifts for days on end, and many first responders losing their own homes. This fire moved incredibly fast and burned very hot. I mean, look at this. It is reducing these homes to just ash. And as I walk this way, I mean, it destroyed entire communities. I want to show you right here. You see just the front door left of this home. And as I walk this way, I want to take you to a wider shot so that you can really grasp what we're talking about here. This is 3 separate homes, but I'm telling you, there is destruction like this for 149 square miles. The monster Carr Fire obliterating neighborhoods. More than 90,000 acres burning so far.
I don't even care about my house right now. I just want to know where my husband is and if he's safe.
Nearly 40,000 people under evacuation orders. The flames exhausting fire crews. Residents growing desperate. They just put out this fire down here with their garden hoses, and it's already sparked back up, so now he's going back. Look, there's a helicopter coming in right here.
I've never seen a fire with such destruction here in this area ever before.
Many first responders losing their own homes. Shyla Campbell racing to get her kids and pets out while her husband was on the fire lines.
There's so much smoke, all you could just see was red, and it was hot wind with ash and leaves, and it just looked like it was right there.
Their home, a total loss. Nearly everything they have is in the back of her car.
It's a lot more than other people were able to grab.
Fears of an increasing death toll as firefighters search homes that have been burned to their foundations. More than 600 homes destroyed. The flames sneaking up so quickly, many unable to get out.
Talking to my little grandson on the phone, he's saying, "Grandpa, please, you got to come and help us. The fire's at the back door." I said, "I'm right by you, honey. Just hold on. Grandpa's coming."
But his wife, Melody, and their 2 great-grandchildren perished. As firefighters race around the clock, the California Air National Guard posting this video from the sky inside a C-130 as it drops fire retardant. And overnight, we're just learning about the death of a firefighter battling the nearby Ferguson fire, 33-year-old Captain Brian Hughes.
άλλα! Σίνα!
Ρεπορτάζ από την κόλαση. Το μάτι είναι μια αληθινή κόλαση αυτή τη στιγμή. Έχει ένας τρομακτικός αέρας εξαιτίας της φωτιάς. Έχει δημιουργήσει η φωτιά μικροκλίμα και γίνεται συντηρητική. Πότε δεν προλάβατε, πού είστε?
Δεν προλάβαμε σε κλάσμα δευτερολέπτων.
Σε ποιο σημείο είσαστε?
Μας γέμισε φωτιά.
Σε ποιο σημείο είσαστε?
Στην Γέννης αυτή, στο κεντρικό δρόμο. Εκεί που κοιτάσαμε και λέγαμε όπου...
Όλο το σπίτι θα ήταν όλα, η κορίνα, ο κουλούσης, όλοι.
Θέλετε να βρούμε καμιά αληθή, να βρούμε να βάλετε κάτι?
Δεν ξέρω τι έχει γίνει, Ροφάνη, είμαι στο λιμάνι τώρα. Φύγαμε, τα παρατήσαμε όλα, έτσι θα καεί και εμείς. Θα σε πάρω μετά να σου πω.
Αυτό που συμβαίνει αυτή την ώρα στα Μελίσια δεν έχει προηγούμενο. Είναι άκρος επικίνδυνος ο καιρός, τα αυτοκίνητα κινούνται με δυσκολία. Κοιτάξτε τι γίνεται. Κοιτάξτε τι γίνεται. Είμαστε έξω από ένα κομμωτήριο εδώ, από μια τράπεζα. Κοιτάξτε τι γίνεται. Έμειναν τα αυτοκίνητα στον δρόμο.
Μη σταματάς ρε φίλε, που έμαθες να οδηγάς. Όχι βρε μαλάκα. Κάτσε, πρέπει να αποφύγουμε το ρέμα, είναι μαλάκες. Και τράβα, δεξιά, τράβα. Κοίτα, εδώ, κοίτα.
Ale nea mașină. Alex, hai aici! Alex, hai aici! Poți fi puțin.
Az elmiért? Nem, a Pistáért.
Mi a kocsi? Az Andrásé.
Átokította a dikkét, azt mondja.
Hey, đi lên cổ được được. Được rồi, đi ra một chút được hẳn là đi ra. Vậy em yêu lại một tuần. Cái đấy sẽ ra điện là còn chi. Qua đây mình làm một chút được. Click.
बेटा अपनी जान की बाबा कैसे निकलवाए ना अमन ये तो बता ओबे निकलो ओबे मर्दा ओबे एक जन और है अबे हाथ तो पकड़ो उसका अबे हाथ पकड़ लो एक जन और बाबा को भी निकाल लो क्या साजन है पता नहीं यार पक गए भैया पक गए सब अच्छा जी को तो निकाल लो कौन गाना वाला कार भी गई ये गई देखो ये गई कार और छोड़ दे टेंपो अरे यार टेंपो बड़ा भारी हो रहा है क्या ओ पीछे आ जाओ पीछे अबे पीछे आ जा आ गई ने क्या है ओ लगी आ गए ओ लॉन है आ गई ओ अस्तगफिरुल्लाह
Korea remains under an intense heat wave, and today we're looking at some record-breaking highs. In fact, Seoul will get up to 38 degrees Celsius, which is the 5th highest since records were first kept in 1904. The entire country is under a heat wave warning, except for a narrow strip along the Taebaek mountain range, where it'll be a little cooler in the higher altitude. No rain in the forecast, though, anywhere. People are advised to avoid going out too much in the heat of the day and to make sure to stay hydrated. More than 2,000 people have been treated this summer for heat-related illnesses, about a third more than last year.
Extreme heat hovering near 40 degrees Celsius is starting to threaten Korea's agricultural production, leading to concerns that it'll prompt price hikes during the latter half of this year. Now, the government says it's coming up with measures to tackle this problem. Our Kim Ji-yeon reports.
The scorching heat could affect Korea's food supply this year. In its latest July report, the Korea Rural Economic Institute projected apple production nationwide would decrease by 14% from last year, while the estimated number of pears produced would fall by 20%, grapes by 7%, and peaches by 10%. And it's not just fruits. Production of vegetables, which was hit by heavy rain in the spring, has also been affected by the heat wave. The Ministry of Agricultural, Food and Rural Affairs says production of radishes, an essential ingredient for the Korean staple food kimchi, is to be further affected. The crop's cultivation area has already shrunk by nearly 10% compared to last year. Cabbages, another main ingredient for kimchi, are said to be decaying due to pathogenic diseases, causing the crops to become mushy with a distinctive smell. The heat wave has also caused hundreds of fish to die as the water containing them boiled for days. Some 400 fish are estimated to have perished in fish farms of Cheonsuman Bay, located in Korea's western region of Seosan, Chungcheongnam-do province, as the water temperature is reaching the dangerous threshold of 28 degrees Celsius. The temperature of the nearby West Sea is projected to have risen 1 degree per day on average. With this, the ministry says it's running its agriculture damage emergency control operation team until mid-October to strengthen its monitoring of heatwave damage and come up with corresponding measures. Kim Ji-yeon, Arirang News.
The Attica region of Greece, western Latvia, and from the north to the south of Sweden. This summer's images of fires razing entire forests have been attributed to climatic conditions. A mild and dry winter and droughts have aggravated the situation. From Paris to Tokyo through to Quebec, this year's heatwave has affected half of the northern hemisphere. It's projected that such extreme weather could become more frequent due to global warming. According to some climate experts, temperatures could rise across the planet by up to 6 degrees centigrade in the decades to come if the fight against global warming is ignored. Countries like France may have to endure up to 55 degrees centigrade from the year 2050. In the meantime, heat waves like the one of 2003, which led to 70,000 deaths in Europe, may become the norm. In addition to the impact on the environment and biodiversity, such temperatures will have far-reaching social and economic consequences.
The Northern Hemisphere is suffering from a heat wave like no other at the moment, as we know. Wildfires across Greece, Sweden and America are just some of the countries affected, whilst Japan, the UK and the rest of Europe are struggling with high temperatures. Our reporter interviews a specialist. Let's talk about the unusual heat in most of Europe, especially in the north. Could you please explain if it's a passing phenomenon or if it's the start of a permanent change of weather patterns?
A weakening
of the jet stream is keeping large portions of hot air, basically anticyclones, stable in the same areas. Japan, Canada, California and of course Northern Europe, Scandinavia and the UK. Another consequence of the weakening of the jet stream is the high water temperature of the North Atlantic. So if we start considering this phenomenon as a global one, then we realise that something is actually changing. What we know is that in a climate change regime, which will increasingly change the average temperature of the planet, this kind of phenomena can occur with increasing frequency and, what's worse, even with greater effects. Obviously, states bear great responsibility. They must work hard to implement the Paris agreements, and this means working decisively on climate change mitigation. This can only happen by massively reducing greenhouse gas emissions, first and foremost CO2. This means working on the way of producing energy, renewable energy. Another fundamental aspect is energy efficiency.
Un altro aspetto fondamentale è l'efficienza energetica. Grazie. Grazie a voi.